to Deaf and Dumb. I'm Dan.
And I'm Dudley.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Maybe the show?
The show? Like the final show?
No, like baseball.
What?
MLB the show. That's the thing. I don't know what it means.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're making, as far as I know, you're making up stuff.
No, that's it. That is the thing. No idea what it means. I think it's a video game. There's a video game called MLB The Show.
MLB, like Major League Baseball?
Yes.
The show.
The Show.
I don't know what that means.
I can't verify that or tell you why it's called that.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I mean, you can verify. You can look it up on your phone.
I can, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Because I don't care.
Uh-huh. Well, hello out there in the wide world of
Contain
the
the
social distancing.
The social distanced.
We are glad to come to you into your headphones or your speakers.
Yes,
or
your ear holes, as it were,
or your eye holes if you're
it's
technically
the
a
eye
hole, right?
and
it's
ear
not really
holes.
a hole. I mean, it is.
It is
like
a hole. It's a hole with a lens over it.
Yes. It's a
that's connected to a nerve.
Yeah, well, it's not connected to a nerve. The back of your eyes are connected to nerves.
So yeah.
Rods and cones stuff.
Yes, rods and cones. That means color.
Yes. Well, one's color, one's...
And who?
And who?
And who?
Hugh.
Who?
Hugh.
Who?
Hugh Hefner.
Who? Got to get your...
Hugh Jackman.
What's the Wolverine rating on this TV? Is it high like Logan? Full of dark spots, or is it like low like X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Yeah. Okay.
Muddy.
I hope
and
everyone
gross.
is doing well and staying safe and not going out if you don't have to.
Yes.
And I hope that
we barely left our house in a week. This is the furthest we've gone.
Yeah.
From our house to do this show.
Mm-hmm.
And we're even gonna pack this stuff up and.
Yeah, we're probably gonna take it because we may end up, depending on what's happening, we may have to just go audio only for a little while.
Yeah, depending on what our setup can be.
Yeah.
Next week, but for now,
your hair just get bigger.
Yeah, that's what it does. It grows.
Just grows. It just gets...
I'm social distancing, because
like I noticed it got headroom here on the camera, and it's like not much anymore.
It seems like I'm taller because I have half an inch.
You know what? You know what your hair makes me think of?
What?
I think I've told you this before. A rooster. Do this for me.
No, I refuse.
Do that.
No.
You don't have to.
Here.
You don't have to peacock anymore, Dudley. You're.
Hit your nose on this table.
Why would I do that?
You're a chicken. Just do it for the viewers.
Yes. But I applaud everybody for staying in.
Yes.
And
all those people who are not. Shame on you.
What are you doing?
Shame on you.
I get it if you have to go to work.
Also, if you're listening to the president, shame on you too. Shame on you.
I mean, it's one thing to listen to him. It's one thing to take him at his words.
Yeah, that's true.
But in light of this, we've been playing
a ton of games.
We still have 4. We're one of the lucky ones, and I have to remind myself that we're able to work from home.
Yes.
And we're very fortunate in that.
Yes.
And so for everyone who my heart goes out to everyone who can't do that.
Yes.
Hopefully we can get through this. But we have been able to play games quite a bit. And some good ones.
It's a combination of we have games that are idle play that you can kind of, you have a free moment, you can do a few things. And then also we practically have an hour and a half extra every day because we're not commuting to work.
Yeah.
Which is also nice.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I can sleep an hour later.
Yeah.
And then because I sleep an hour later, I can stay up an hour later.
Yeah.
Then the baby's asleep. I usually get at least another hour or two of game time. And it is very nice.
I have to say, like, I could get used to working from home.
I think I could do.
Because the ability to just literally roll out of bed, turn on my computers, and I'm at work.
I'm at work.
Ready.
It's pretty
I have
nice.
coffee. I can go snack.
I make the coffee.
Yeah,
boy.
but if you didn't, I would. And it just
I'm always up before you.
yeah, it's true because you have a baby.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of interesting. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's weird. I'm getting really sick. I'm not like an outgoing. I don't go out much.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to get it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like getting a little cabin fevery, but like in my house. Like all week, I went outside. I'm not counting day. I've gone somewhere twice. 3
let's see.
times, maybe.
I've gone one. If you don't count, because our babysitter is 2 blocks over, so if you don't count me going to her house to drop the baby off,
No.
I've been out once.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I mean, I've only driven my car twice this week.
yeah.
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 That's it.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been playing some stuff.
A bunch of stuff.
We kind of got into it because it's turn based and we can kind of play together, and it's not like doesn't take any attention. We can just do our turn and go. We've been playing Heroes of Might and Magic 3.
Yeah, because it was really cheap.
It was really cheap.
It was like
Even
$2.
though I own a copy of it somewhere. I have
like
an actual copy somewhere.
It was like $2 or $2 or $3.
$4.
Oh, okay.
It was
$4. It was really cheap,
Really cheap.
on Steam. So we both grabbed it, and I grabbed it and Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Which I haven't played yet. But
I forgot about it. I played it a bit last week. I need to play some more.
I've already put, because it's just always running.
Yeah.
Through the whole day, whether I'm playing it or not.
Yeah.
I've already put 40 hours into Heroes of Might and Magic in 1 week. It's like 10th on my list of games played.
Oh, really?
Or, like, I want to say, like, it's in the top 15 now on Steam. I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah, putting in the hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting down the time just because it's just always on, and I was like, oh, I got a minute. I do my moves, and then I go back, and because
exactly
a turn doesn't take a couple of minutes, and then you
go through it and you come back and you go back to doing whatever you're doing. You have a little break, you play a little bit, and you come back.
Yeah, because me and you were doing multiplayer at first, and then I started doing the campaign.
Yeah.
So
I've never played before.
I've never done it before either, so it's just kind of
I've always just done the scenarios.
Yeah, and it's good. It's a classic game.
Yeah, it's
classic.
Great. I used to have a newer version of it somewhere, but I didn't like it as much as that one.
Yeah.
There's something about the whole aesthetic and the way that one's set up I just enjoy.
Yeah. Trey was telling us he came in while I was playing at one point, and he was like, he goes, you playing? What you playing Heroes of Might and Magic? I was like, yeah. And he goes, he's trying to remember. He goes, I played one of them. I was like, well, this is the one I played when I was young, in the 90s, whenever it came out. Late 90s?
What? Yeah, you weren't playing it in the 90s. You were probably playing it. We were probably
early
playing
2000.
It early 2000.
Early 2000.
Late 90s, maybe.
Late 90s, or I don't know exactly when.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were playing it, and then he was like, I played one of them. He goes, I don't think he was trying to say 4 with the one he played, and then he was like, went back and looked it up, and he's like, nope, I played the first one. I was like, that makes sense because you're older than me. And I was like, he goes, yeah, I played the first one.
Old man Trey.
Yeah, his generation.
I need to go look at. I've looked at newer ones. I've never looked at the older ones.
I've never looked at any of them other than that one.
Yeah, I mean the newer ones are basically the same, just better graphics.
What's the most recent one?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
I want to know. That's something. Let's see. You keep talking.
Okay, so I want to talk about the big thing this week.
Yes.
That came out this week that I was super excited for. I talked about it last week, being ready and preloading it. Half-Life Alyx.
Half-Life Alyx, yeah.
Which is, and forgive me, fucking amazing. It's awesome. It is so good. It is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It is overwhelming. It is amazing. Like playing it, like I've been excited about having a full-fledged VR, like legit, like big company game for my VR game system, and so I was all excited about it, and I didn't even think about this game is set in the Half-Life world, and the Half-Life world is scary, and so I've been playing I got into the game and I immediately realized there's a lot of scary things.
Yeah.
You're in City 17.
Yeah, it's kind of a horror game.
Scary things.
I mean, the first one's a horror game, really.
Yeah.
It's mild horror, but
it's not like a full-on. But there's a lot of tension.
It's
there's
tension.
A lot of anxiety.
Tension over jump scares.
Yeah, and there's a lot more of that because you think about head crabs are literally jumping right at your actual head.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do, and they get on you, and you're like freaking out and shooting it off your head.
Mm-hmm.
I keep waiting to accidentally shoot myself. I don't know if you can.
Have you tried?
I have not.
I mean, there is at least one other VR game where you can shoot yourself in the head.
There are multiple games where you shoot yourself in the head. And so there's that, and like one of the first things you encounter is barnacles, which is also terrifying.
Have you gotten grabbed by one yet?
Yes,
I haven't.
It's so scary.
So I played a little bit of it.
You're like. You start getting strangled and convulsing, it starts pulling you up slowly, and you're like, you can't really see, so you're trying to shoot up and shoot the, because it's cutting off your oxygen or whatever, and so you can't see that well, and you're trying to shoot up to kill it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, because in the old game, when you got grabbed, you just, crowbar it.
Yeah. There's no crowbar in this game.
Yeah, there's no crowbar.
It's so good.
The detailing is amazing.
It's
really good.
It looks really fantastic.
Like, I spent a few minutes, because you stood out on this balcony.
Yeah.
And I just spent a few minutes just looking around, because the detailing was amazing.
Did you notice the window panes when you walked inside?
Yeah, you can write on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
I
went over there and I saw the markers, and I was like, I picked up and I signed my name on the screen, on the glass, and I was like, "This is weird."
It's
but yeah,
and you just like knocking things over and bashing through things, and it makes a big part of like you collect this stuff called resin that you use to upgrade your weapons.
Yeah,
and it's a big part of of the game is just
searching,
rummaging through stuff, finding that stuff and ammo, and the user interface is fantastic. And for those who haven't seen it, you play as Alyx.
Yeah.
It's the prequel to Half-Life 2.
The titular character.
Yes, Half-Life Alyx. Alyx Vance. And it's the prequel to Half-Life 2.
Yes.
So it's not Half-Life 3. But
kind of Half-Life 3.
Yeah, it is. But you get these gloves.
If you think about it, Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
2 takes place before 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's still considered a sequel.
Yeah.
Even though it's a prequel.
So
you couldn't do this.
It's not considered
Half-Life
a sequel.
3.
It's considered a prequel, but it's called Half-Life. It's called Red Dead 2. Yeah. Anyway, that's just a naming choice. You get these gloves called the Russells, and they're kind of a precursor to like the gravity gun. You can hold your hand out, highlight things, and kind of flick your wrist, and it'll pull things to you, and you can catch it. Yeah. Which makes you feel really cool. You're like, boop.
I don't use it very much. I use it, and I'm like, oh, I grab that. But then I'm like, most time I just walk over and grab it.
Well, eventually there's stuff you can't get to, or it's in areas you can't reach, and you have to like pull it. And the weapon systems is fantastic, and you have like all the HUD stuff is on your
on your hands.
So you have like a little ammo count that's in your backpack, and then you have on the pistol you get has a display on the side that marks how many bullets you have, and even has a marker so when you're down to your last bullet, whether there's one in the chamber or not. And because if you run it all the way out, you have to put a new clip in. You have to recock the gun. So which we've seen some other games do it, but it's pretty well.
Pavlov does that.
Yeah, Pavlov does it.
But it doesn't give you an indicator. You just have to remember how many bullets.
You just have to pay attention. And it's got your health on it, and it's just really clever. And it feels natural. Like you can push doors and stuff around with your guns.
Yeah.
I push the elevator buttons with my gun. I'm just like, boop.
I'm a man. I use my gun to do everything.
Exactly.
Did you try shooting the button with your gun?
I thought about it. But ammo is precious, Dudley. That's the only reason I don't.
Yeah, I can see that, but at least early on it didn't seem very precious. There was bullets everywhere.
Well, it depends on what gun you're using. Have you played it?
No, I've only upgraded the pistol.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. You
but
get other ones. You get
I
other
assume so.
Yeah. And they all have interesting upgrades. I've upgraded all of mine a bit. There's also, you have a multi-tool. There's no crowbar, but you have a multi-tool because Alyx is like a bit of a hacker.
Yes.
And there's these really great puzzles like when you hack different stuff, you hack into it, and it has these little puzzles. Some of them are like, they're like globes.
Yeah, all 3-dimensional.
Yeah, all 3-dimensional puzzles. Some of them are like this little globe, and you take your tool, and you got to take a blue line and drag it over to the other blue line. But there's a bunch of red ones trying to. If you run into them, it kills it. There's some alignment puzzles and stuff. There's all kinds of stuff.
It's all kinds of. I mean, if you played Half-Life 2, you're expecting puzzles.
Yeah, and
it's just more.
It's very 3-dimensional space stuff.
3-dimensional.
It's really clever.
Yeah, it's really well put together.
You haven't got there yet, but you remember the old mines that laser mine? You can hack those later. And the puzzle for them are really fun, but also anxious, because if you fuck up, it blows up.
Yeah.
So it's like, and at the other ones, you're like, oh, I messed up. I got to redo it. I got to start again, right? It closes it up, and you got to reopen it and do it again. This one, it has like bad results because you're standing right next to a mine. And it's
gorgeous.
So
it's a really well made game.
And it gives me anxiety because it puts you in these situations where like it's very tense, it's very dark sometimes, and you don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was playing today, and you probably heard me.
I heard you yell or something.
Yeah, I ran into.
It sounded like you were in hysteria.
Yeah.
It was like a laugh, but there was something underlying of the laugh that wasn't normal.
I met Jeff.
I don't know what that is.
You will.
Okay.
So, Jeff, for those who are playing, know who Jeff is. And Jeff was very friendly.
Okay.
And I screamed and laughed at the same time when Jeff got me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we will.
And so you'll find out.
Okay.
And anyone who watched it or played it will know what I experienced. And like that's what I was doing today, and you heard me screaming.
Yeah. Because I was putting the notes together, and I heard you
wasn't
just
screaming. It was more stuff like I was like, "Oh no, I'm caught," and I was laughing about it and terrified.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
And
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so good.
It looks good. I want to play it more. I've only played maybe an hour of it.
Yeah. Things that I never really thought much of, like the Striders in Half-Life 2, the big stilt walker thing.
Yeah, I come across those.
Yeah, you see them fairly early, and they're like more prototype version of them. Some of them have more to them than others, but they walk over you and near you, and it's alarming. Like in the old games, I never really thought much of them. Oh, there's these weird walker things. But seeing them and feeling like you're in the space... Like I was like I can see how these things are terrifying. Kind of like in like watching the Star Wars movie. You got the ATSTs walking.
You don't really
seem when you're fighting Jedi's. They don't seem like a big deal. But then when you see them in Mandalorian, you're like, oh shit, these things are serious.
Yeah. I think Mandalorian and Rogue One both show how terrifying the walkers can be.
Yeah, exactly. It's that you're more in that space, and I was like, wow. This is like alarming. It's so good, and I know everyone can play it, but like I know the Valve Index sold out like crazy because people were anticipating it, which it's great. I'm so glad I got the Index controllers. Yeah, it's been amazing. I don't think I'd be enjoying it quite as much.
I hear
still enjoy it.
Robert was telling me he played it a little bit.
Oh yeah,
with the
Vive,
not Vive.
Oculus?
I think it was Oculus.
Yeah.
And he described it to me. It sounds like the Oculus.
Yeah.
And he said it's a little awkward because the way the controls are, one button closes all your hands except your fingers, your pointer, and then the other one, the trigger does your fingers. Yeah. So it's a little weird sometimes.
Yeah. I imagine that's the way the Vive controller. You squeeze it to close your other hands, and the triggers pull the other ones, which it's weird.
Yeah.
But oh man, there's so much good stuff there.
Yeah.
Like, just in weapon interactions, object interactions, the way they handle, like, little stim pack things.
Yeah, I've gotten one of those. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah, that you have to, like, you have it, and you just stick yourself. And you have to, like, activate it and stick. And the way they have, like, you have your little inventory slots on your wrist.
Yeah, which is
really
weird.
Clever. It's really clever. It's a way to, like, kind of store things that you need to get to.
Yeah.
And then you just put ammo and resin in your backpack. You just throw it over your shoulder, which I sometimes screw up and just drop behind me.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I just do something weird. I'm in the moment, and I go, I didn't...
You hear the clink.
I hear a click, or it doesn't give me the haptic response letting me know I did it, and I'm like, oh, crap, where'd it go? And then grenades are fun.
I haven't got grenades yet.
I at first I was like, I got this. And then when I needed to be accurate...
I've seen you throw.
I needed to be accurate, I was like, and I dropped it. Shit. I just dropped an armed grenade behind me, and I'm like, it's so good. If you don't have it, like, I wouldn't recommend watching some Let's Plays. That's what Ham's been doing.
Yeah.
He's been talking to me about it, but he's just been watching a guy play it.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me a brilliant idea. He told me this guy did it, and I'm like, that's super clever. Because you can only carry so many things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can carry baskets. You can just put stuff in baskets and carry it. There was one point I had, like, a surplus of grenades and nowhere to put them. I had a pot from a kitchen with grenades in it, and I was just carrying it through this apartment. It was hilarious. I was like, I got a little pot with some extra grenades. Don't have room to carry. So while I got my gun out, and I'm like, oh, switch, grab the grenade.
Here is my teapot. Here is my gun.
It was so great. I was like, why didn't I think of that? Because you can just carry things.
And my teapot's filled with grenades.
Yeah. It was not a teapot, like a boiler pot.
I imagine it as a teapot.
But it's so good. And I also feel like I'm not good at finding resin. Because I got into, like, upgrade station, and I'm short, like, by a bit. So I'm like, I thought I was being pretty thorough, but sometimes you get in an area, I'm like, I don't want to spend any time here. I just want to get out of here. I don't take the time to find all of it.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's so good.
It's good. The hour I played it, it was really good. Now, it did make me aware of how out of shape I am and standing for an hour. I'm like, oh, this is... I was worried I would get a little heady. I know you got a little heady.
The first night I did.
But yeah. I don't think it bothered me too. I was just tired.
Yeah. Well, if you're tired, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing the continuous movement.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Blinking will make it a little easier. I mostly just have to stay conscious not to move in the room space while I'm moving.
For non-VR people, blinking means you teleport.
Yeah, you teleport.
You point and you teleport.
You kind of throw yourself.
You blink from one spot to another.
And you can climb ladders for real.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I did that.
I didn't realize you could do. I've just been doing it you go up to it and you hold down the thing and it
I walked up to it. I'm going to climb this ladder.
Yeah. I went to do it the first time I saw a ladder, and then it did show the thing. I was like, and I just did that and didn't try it. But I've been trying, like, sometimes I'm like, I'm going to climb this ladder. Take my time. I'm in no hurry. Sometimes I'm like, I don't got time for this shit. Get up this ladder. Mm-hmm. It's so good.
It's real good.
Like, all I think about is playing it. In fact, when we're done here, I was playing it this morning. Mm-hmm. And when we're done here, I'm going to go back. I'm going to play it some more.
I would like to play some more today.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd like to play.
For those who want to know, I'm in Chapter 8.
Out of how many?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm still in 1, I think.
No, you might, yeah.
Does it give you an indicator when
It does not show it, but when you save, you'll see the chapter on the save. When you go to
I
load
think
the
I'm
game,
still in Chapter 1.
I think you're in Chapter 2, actually.
Oh, really?
I saw your save. It said 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. So, yeah. I was trying to talk to somebody who's played it, but Ham's been watching some other guy play, and he's been kind of about the same pace. He's been watching that guy play at the same pace I've been playing, so we've been able to talk about it. There's so much good stuff there. I love it. I want it all the time. In fact, if I finish it, I may play through it again. It's so good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we played some Hero Manager. We played Alyx. Mm-hmm. I played a little bit of the Longing, but mostly I was kind of waiting. I think I'm getting kind of close to doing it, done everything in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I as far as there's a lot of imagery stuff and like kind of foreshadowing thing. I think I've kind of seen everything that it's kind of referencing. I'm just going to have to wait for a certain point. I think I could get one of the endings.
Oh, okay.
But I've gotten to a certain point. I'm like, I'm pretty sure if I time this right or whatever, I'd be able to finish it. Or at least, or not finish it.
And not finish it.
Get one of the endings.
Okay.
Because apparently there's like 4 endings.
Yeah.
And I think I have a spot I can do 2 of them.
Okay.
But that's just guessing. I haven't done them because I don't know what the reset or replayability is.
Yeah.
Because from what I've read is like if you die, you can't pick up and play again.
You just have to start over?
You have to start over.
Yeah.
But you have to wait so long before you can start over.
Really?
It's like a 15-minute wait.
Really?
Yeah, before you can start again.
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
That's weird.
That's what I've read.
That's interesting.
But I was like, so I'm kind of hesitant to do any ending because I'm like, I'm not sure which one I want.
Okay.
But it's interesting. Been playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Not as much as I thought I would. I skipped a couple of days there, but I was playing this morning. I was playing
managed
yesterday.
to play every day but one. Not a lot. Sometimes it's later in the night. I play it some, go through my stuff, routines and stuff. I haven't been playing as much, mostly because of Alyx.
Yeah.
Just because. I mean, Animal Crossing is fantastic. I really enjoy it.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's another one that's really nice, easy to play, pick up and play.
Very casual.
Working.
I did see a thing. A friend of ours found this, and I had not heard of it until I saw it. He posted a picture of it. When you go to some of the islands at night, there is Tarantula Island. Mm-hmm. It's like covered in tarantulas.
Yeah,
and you can make a lot of money if you catch all those tarantulas. But at the same time, I'm like, that's a lot of tarantulas.
Yeah, he filled up his inventory, made like 200,000 bells.
Yeah, and I'm like, I meant to go to an island last night to check it. See,
I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'll go to an island today, but then what's it called? The resource center. Yeah, is closed because they're expanding it.
Yeah.
And so I can't get a ticket to go to another island, so I'm kind of stuck. So I don't think I'm gonna be doing much more else today. I've done I picked all my fruit yesterday, so I don't have a whole lot to do today. But I was looking at some of the stuff people have done design-wise.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
It is impressive.
Like designing the clothes and
hat
and the detail.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
I haven't dove into it as much as I normally would.
Someone made a complete made clothes that completely matched Ash from Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah, it looks spot on. It's really impressive.
Yeah.
And then also, I saw someone had a pancake hat.
Okay.
So their hat looks like a stack of pancakes. It's like one of those brim hats that goes over.
Yeah.
And so it's a stack of pancakes on top, and then on the very top you see the pancake with a little butter on it, and it runs down the side. And I was like,
that's pretty good.
I want a pancake hat.
I want a hat of pancakes.
Yeah. It's pretty pretty. People did cakes and stuff. Really detailed, like art on these little... It's pretty impressive.
It's good. I probably would be doing a lot more of that stuff if I just haven't... Like, I've been kind of just jumping on and playing a little bit and getting my stuff done.
It's one of those things like, well, I got everything else out. I'm not messing with this.
I have so much other content to absorb, and Alyx just keeps bringing me back in.
Yeah.
I do have to take breaks from it sometimes, because sometimes I got blown up a couple of times in my mind. I'm like, I need to take a break.
I need to work on. I need to calm down and get my dexterity right.
It took me too long to realize that I can two-hand weapons.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I just been going around slinging.
I have, but I did it. I like it.
And everything that way. And then I was like, oh, I can do this. This is actually kind of helpful. Mm-hmm. Especially if I'm shooting a guy that's way over there. It's kind of helpful. Mm-hmm.
See, I made a mistake. I was shooting stuff. I'm like, man, I'm aiming terrible. But I didn't think about it. I'm holding the gun. I wasn't looking down the sight. I was like, oh, yeah, I got to use the iron sight. Here I go.
Yeah. That's what this for.
Yeah, well, I was looking down it, but I wasn't thinking I need to line up the end of it. I was just firing. And it was working okay. But I wasn't hitting what I thought it was hitting. So
you said you upgraded it? What did you
I got the second sight thing.
The reflective sight?
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I like as much as the...
It took me a minute to understand how to
look
to use it.
Sometimes I was like, I just had trouble, like, where's that laser? And it highlights things, which is kind of...
Yeah, that's the thing.
It highlights, like, weak point type things. I'm like, that's cool. But you can get a laser pointer for it, or a laser sight for it, and I have, like, I think the first upgrade for another weapon is a laser sight.
I bet that's useful.
Handy. Yeah, and I just got one for another weapon as well, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I like this a lot. In a VR space, laser sights are the way to go.
Yeah, you can hip fire.
I can hip fire. I don't have to look down the side. I can just point. But I do find myself, like, they come up to a barnacle and like, oh, let's switch to my other, there's a shotgun. Mm-hmm. And it's like, shotgun. Boom! I don't even aim. I just stick it up in there and shoot the thing. Because I'm like, scary.
Yeah. See, I made the mistake. There's one part with barnacles and explosives.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, you just use this barrel to go up there and you can get through. So I gave him the barrel, and I started going through, and I was handing the barrel to the next one, and then boom, it exploded behind me.
They crush them and it blows them up.
And it hurt me.
Did it blow up the barrel you were holding?
No, I had already given it to the other thing, so it was fine.
Yeah.
But it hurt me a little bit. Yeah. That was the first damage I took. Was self-exploded.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think the first time I got was a head crab got on me, and I was like, ah! Have you not had that happen yet?
No, not yet.
It's terrifying.
I kill them before they get to me.
It's terrifying. It is so scary.
Oh, I bet.
So
I bet.
Scary.
We did actually a back-to-back game days with the cart ride.
Yeah, we did. I was so excited about Half-Life, I didn't even write those things down.
As Brandy puts it, they're in our isolation circle.
Yes.
Because she still keeps our baby for us while I'm working, and Jess is...
And they live a block over.
And they live real close, so it's really easy to do.
They're pretty much the only people we've...
So that's the only people we've interacted with because, we're still passing a baby between us. Yeah. And so because of that, so we still interact with them kind of socially. And we had games. We played for 2 days. We played games. Mm-hmm. We played a new game that Trey has. We played Azul, which we talked about plenty of time. But we played a new game Trey got called The Crew.
Yeah.
And
it's an interesting game.
It's a trick-taking game. Yeah. So it's like a card game. It's like a card
spades
game.
Or
like spades, hearts, all those.
Which I don't really
I don't like. I'm not good at them.
I'm not a fan of them. And even then, like when we started learning to play this one, I was like, he was framing it in that, and I'm like, I haven't played one of those games in 15 years.
Well, he was using all the terminologies for it, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about or what we're supposed to do.
He kept playing tricks,
and I'm like, and trump cards, and
trump, and fluff,
and I'm like,
and I was like, I don't know what.
I finally was like, I don't know what you're talking about because like I said, I have not played a card game like that in probably almost 2 decades.
It's been 10 years since I played one, and I was terrible at it. I played spades.
And there's a reason I didn't like them, because I just don't... I didn't understand them then, and I don't... So I didn't think I was going to like this game at all.
Yeah, so the whole thing is, it's kind of... It's like one of those, but the big element it doesn't have bidding, which is the part I couldn't do. I was terrible at. Yeah. In the regular game, and it's completely cooperative. Everyone is trying to achieve the objective together. Yeah. It plays 5 players.
We're like a spaceship crew.
Yeah, the whole thing is we're a crew that is going on a spit trip. We've been selected based around this being able to play this game, I guess. Yeah. But anyway, so the whole thing is we're on a mission. We deal all the cards out, and each game has a task that we have to achieve.
It's a scenario,
It starts out and it progresses. So when you first start playing, you have one task, and it's simple. It's like you must get one card to a certain player.
Yeah, so basically we draw, most of the rounds involve us playing down task cards, which are just small versions of the regular card, and whoever ends up with the task, we have to basically... That person has to win a trick with that card in it.
So if there's the green 6 card is the task, and the commander, whoever the first person with the biggest trump card, gets it, and they have picked the task and they get it. Yeah, we have to basically make everyone else has to go. Okay, we have to make sure that person gets it,
and we're not allowed to communicate what card we have.
Yeah, and otherwise it works just like any other game. The person plays a card, and then the next person has to play the card in the same suit. Yeah, and whoever plays the biggest card gets that trick. Yeah, and you get the hand. Yeah. And then that person, once they've got it, they play the next one. Good. Yeah. So you have to kind of go, okay, we need to get that person. It's like, if it's a low number, it's harder to get it to them.
It's hard to do because we have to somehow get rid of all the other numbers higher before they can... So
they can take... it depends on who has the card.
Who has the card and who's supposed to complete the task.
Yeah. And then the way you can't talk about what cards you have at all. No. But you can, the way you communicate a little bit of information about your cards, you can put one card in your hand on the table, and there's a little token, and depending on where you place it on the card, what information it conveys. Yeah. So if the token's at the top of the card, you're saying, this is the highest of this suit I have. Yeah. So if it's an 8 or 9, whatever, you're like, you put it on top.
Or even if it's a 4, you're saying that's the highest
this is the highest one I have. but it also implies I have other ones.
Yes, it tells you.
If you put it in the center of it, you're saying this is the only of this suit I have.
Yeah.
And if you put it on the bottom, it's the lowest of the suit I have.
That's really all you can.
That's all you can do to tell. That's the only way to tell. And so you're kind of like, okay, we got
broadcasting a little bit of what.
Yeah. And then as you play, first one's pretty easy. One path goes on, and then the second one is 2 tasks.
Yeah.
And then it starts throwing other elements in, like you have to do it in a certain order, or you have to do this one first, this one second, and then there's a third one you can do at any point.
Yeah.
And it just gets harder and harder and harder
hard.
and harder. And the one week I think got stuck on the most was someone had to. There was no task other than someone had to win a trick with a 1
with
card.
a 1 value card.
Value card. They had to win the trick with playing a 1.
Yeah.
And it was
difficult.
very difficult. It took us 3 or 4 games before we did.
Yeah, it took us a bit.
Yeah.
And there's like 50 missions, 60 scenarios. We're just progressing through them because that's like how it's set up. It's like you go on your cruise working together to get through them. It's really fun. I started getting into it.
Got some flavor text to read.
Yeah. At first I did not think I was going to like it just because I haven't played one of those games in a long time and I was never very good at them. And I think I could do them better now that I played something like this.
I don't want to do
it. But
that's the whole partners and you know.
You and me could play together. We do really well.
I don't know. I'm terrible at bidding. I have no idea how to tell which ones I'm going to win. I just can't do it.
I don't know.
But anyway, it's really fun. We've been the 2 days. We've played 2 games of game, and we
went through like the first 10.
We went through the first 10 scenarios in 2 sittings, and we had a blast. And we'll probably keep playing it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And it's 5 players. It's a German-made game, so he had to order it. And they reprinted it in English, I think, not too long ago, and he pre-ordered it and came in. Mm-hmm. But it's called The Crew. If you like that kind of game,
or you're looking for a co-op game.
Yeah, looking for a co-op where you're
up to 5 players.
5 players, and it's good. We also played Clank.
Well, you did. I didn't.
I did. Me, Jess, and the Cartwrights played Clank. Yeah. We did the Sunken Treasure board.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We did the normal side. I don't know. I think it's the easier side of the two, and it was a good game. Yeah. We also played with the Ack Inc. card sets.
Yes.
So I had Jim Dark Magic. Yeah. Jess had Oben. Yeah. Jess played Oberdin and Oberdin.
Oberdin is the ship that you return to.
What's his name?
Oberdin. I know it, but I'm not.
I went blank.
I like watching you struggle.
I went blank.
You're in the water. Your head's just above the water, but just.
Which would be fitting for Oberdin. It's on a ship.
Yeah.
Oh,
do you want me to tell you the name of this character?
It starts with an O.
Yes.
Omen Dran.
Yes. There you go. Omen Dran.
Which reminds me, we need to get back to our Legacy game.
Yes, we do.
I don't know.
We keep talking about playing it, and we haven't done it yet.
We're just going to have to get the babysitter to keep the baby so we can play. We're not doing anything important, but we're going to play Legacy, so we keep Rad
for
a little while.
I don't know how many games we had left.
We have 4.
We have 4?
We played 6.
Okay.
We have 4 left, so we could at least get another one in.
Yeah.
We have to have a refresher on what's going on.
It's so good, though.
But anyway. We play Clank. Y'all play Sushi Go.
Yeah, we played a quick round of Sushi Go.
While we're waiting for dinner.
Yeah, while we were getting pizza, so we were waiting on to get there. And so me, Trey, and Brandy played, and I stomped them. I mean, it was closed. It was,
it was. It was like only a couple point difference, wasn't it?
No, it was like 6 points different. If I had not gotten the pudding, which gives you whoever has the most pudding at the end of the game gets 6 points. Whoever has the least amount gets -6.
All about that pudding.
All about that pudding. And I started getting a bunch of it, and then Brandy tried to kind of fight me on them, but then I ended up still getting more. If I hadn't got that, we would have tied.
Yeah.
So the extra 6 points made me win. It's a fun little game.
Well, then the last game we played yesterday was the Last Will.
Yeah.
which we've talked about on the show before. It's been a while, though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we don't play it.
Last Will is also known as Brewster's Million, the game.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
For anyone who has not seen Brewster's Million, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You should go see it.
You should see it. I think it's technically a remake.
It is a remake.
Yeah, the remake
with the Richard Pryor.
Richard
the
Pryor
remake.
one I've seen. I've never seen the original.
Yeah, I've never seen the original either. But
the Richard Pryor one's pretty great.
Richard Pryor, John Candy.
Richard Pryor's great.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the whole thing is you start with 70 pounds and you have to get rid of all your money.
Yeah, it's in like a Victorian era.
Yeah.
And we're basically whoever can get rid of all their money and go bankrupt
wins the game by
inheritance.
winning the inheritance.
Yeah.
From our uncle.
And it basically, once someone gets to 0, you bankrupt.
The game ends.
The game ends that round, but whoever gets in the red the most wins. So we did. I did
terrible.
never get excited about this game. I like it. I enjoy it every time I play it.
I like it.
For some reason, when we bring it up, I'm always like, I don't really feel like playing this game. But I always do enjoy it. And at first I thought I'm not gonna have fun playing this.
I did terrible.
And I got
the
farms.
worst I've ever done.
I got farms right at the beginning, which are slightly different. That they don't lose values.
Yeah, they don't depreciate
like the regular manors.
Mm-hmm.
But you can spend a lot more money doing upkeep on them because you add horses or dogs or whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, I had a dog farm, and I bought it, and then through some sheer luck and awesome playing, I got 3 dogs on it in one round.
Mm-hmm.
So suddenly I could spend £9 every round on it, and so I burned through a bunch of my money just with that. Yeah. And then while I was doing that, I was just cranking through events. I was getting as many events and as many companions to go with them as I could. And I thought, man, I'm doing pretty well. That's probably the best I've ever done in that game.
Yeah, so the whole game, you're kind of, it's a worker placement, resource management, and action. So you get cards, you get... you play kind of a worker placement, and then that gets you other cards, and then you have so many actions around, and then you gain things by giving more action, and you spend those actions to spend money, basically. Well, my problem was I was playing bad, and I kept thinking, oh, I'd do this, and then my plan was just end up being a bad plan, and also my draw was terrible. So early on I got a man. I can't remember. There's the houses and then the farm.
It's like a manor.
And there was one of those, and then I also had a card that lets me buy and sell them. Mm-hmm. I may have got that a little later, but I had another card that basically says, okay, maintenance on these 2 types of buildings will be 3 plus 3. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna build these and then get the upkeep, and I'll burn through my money in like 4 or 5 rounds, no problem. I only had 1, and I kept trying to buy more, and I drew a hand of 6 cards at one point, and I drew 3 properties out of there. All 3 were farms. All of them.
That thing didn't apply.
I did not draw a single property that was not a farm other than the one I started with. And so I couldn't do it. I couldn't use this card, so I wouldn't play it down because I was like, oh, if I play it down, it's not really getting the full effect, and I need action to do these other things.
Yeah. I ended up with the only other property I had was a second farm, and I was like, I'm not going into 2 farms. Yeah. Because farms are always can be a trap, because when you buy them, you don't lose much money when you sell it. You still gain most of that money back when you sell them. And so it was like, I don't like them normally.
Yeah, that's why I was avoiding them. But and then I had the card to support not buying them, and I was just like,
and so being able to get the upkeep cost on that one way up. I was like, I got this one. I just stopped looking at property altogether. I wasn't going to buy anymore.
Yeah,
and it worked out pretty good.
I was looking at properties too long, and then I just threw my whole game off, and I came in last.
I came in second. I was at -3 or 4. -3, and Trey
had
ended up
-10.
He and I both went up being the bankrupt route, being on the same turn, and just diving for it, and I just could not quite squeeze enough out of that last turn to get that below him. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I like it.
It's a good game. It's been a while since we don't play it very often, so I forget a lot of how to do it.
Part of it also is, to me, I always think of it as a longer game, but it's an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
It's medium.
It's not like, for some reason I always think it's like
long.
a 3-hour game, and I don't know why.
It's not well done long. It's medium long.
No, that's not how that works.
Yes.
No.
That's it. You well done means you cook it longer. So gum games are well done.
Yeah.
Diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that like that.
Game
of Thrones, the board game.
That scale
well done.
makes no sense.
I would say
like
this
Sushi
is
Go
this
is
is
like
not
a medium rare.
It's not a medium well.
Is Sushi Go like a rare game because
Yes.
it's
short.
really short?
It's real short. It's a medium rare. I would say rare. This is probably in the medium range. The last will.
We all know how you eat your steaks.
Medium well.
I used to be well.
But I've changed my ways.
Here's
my logic on it. Here's my logic on this. I know a lot of people get annoyed with it, but I can eat it medium, and I can eat it well. And if you get someone that overcooks it, it doesn't bother me. If they get it undercooked, it doesn't bother me. But if I get it medium and they undercook it, I can't do it. There's a point where it's just like, no, I can't do it. I know you eat yours like medium rare.
Well, that's the thing is I have the same logic, except I eat mine medium rare.
Yeah, no.
Because I used to eat my steak well done, and when I was a kid, and then I slowly worked down to like a medium well, and then I one day got it like medium, a little rare, and I was like, this is really good. And I ate a steak rare, and I was like, no. I didn't think I thought this would gross me out, but I liked it.
See, one time we went to a place and we ordered it, and then this grill person was
rare,
very on the rare side. I ordered
so
mine, I think medium or medium well.
I think you ordered yours medium well, and
it was rare. It was still blue, and
I
was like,
and I ate it up.
No,
I ate it mine, and I ate yours.
I ate the cooked part and I gave the rest of it. The time before that, I ordered medium well, and it was still undercooked, but it was medium. So I was like, "This is good. I'm good." But
I enjoyed it. That was what. That's the point. At that point, when I went, I can eat a rare steak.
No.
I did the same thing with my eggs. I used to like scrambled eggs, and then I was like, hard-boiled eggs.
I like fried.
And then fried eggs. Yeah. Now I love.
Did you say X or eggs?
Eggs.
I thought you said X.
Eggs.
That's what I did with my ex. I like our rare. I don't know what that means.
That sounds really good. Eggs.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I used to I'll eat a fried egg if it's well done.
I like fried eggs on sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the best way.
I love a runny egg, like an over easy egg. Good. And then I used to think I couldn't do sunny side up.
I just like scrambled eggs so much.
I love eggs. I used to think sunny side up, no. Now some days I'm like, I can see eating a sunny side egg up. Yeah.
Anyway, let's get past this. We gotta get into some news.
You want to talk about food? I'll talk about food.
I know. That's why I'm shutting you up now, because we only have 13 minutes.
I could do a whole show just talking about this is what I ate this week.
And we gotta cover some news. All right, let's go to news. Animal Crossing. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Okay. Did you read about this guy on Reddit who started a musical chairs in Animal Crossing?
No.
Oh, it's brilliant. He created arenas with chairs, and they go down. So it starts out with however many people.
Okay.
And you got a ring of stumps, and there's one person in the middle playing a flute, and he plays the flute, and everyone's walking around. And then everyone has to get in a chair, and then if you don't make it, you get eliminated. And it kind of works because you can kind of push people around.
Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes to do it just right to sit down.
Yeah.
And
because you got to press up against it, right?
Yeah.
Just the right angle.
Just the right way to sit down. So
that sounds
and then
great.
It goes to the next one, all the way down to the last one, where there's the two people and a toilet. And you walk around the toilet and try to sit on it. And the winner gets 105,000 bells.
Whoa!
Pretty good.
Wow.
I'm like, this is a brilliant idea. Yeah,
that's brilliant.
That's pretty brilliant.
Really
so
great.
The guy did it. He's anyone who's interested in potentially playing, just
Is there a buy-in?
There's a subreddit.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a subreddit for doing it, but I was like, I didn't see anything about a buy-in, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
Yeah, because where's he coming up with his money?
I don't know. I guess he got some kind of scheme going.
I don't know. He could have been using the duplication error there early on.
That was there, but they removed it.
They've removed it.
We already talked to closing. Oh, in Japan,
yes,
they've sold 1.8 million copies of Animal Crossing in 3 days.
Whoa.
3 days.
That's a lot of copies.
Yeah, that's just Japan.
Yeah.
And then they also sold 392,000 Switches in Japan in that time as well.
Yeah.
So timing on this is actually pretty good.
I know, we were joking before all the social distance stuff that, like, oh man, I wish the Animal Crossing coming out the week after spring break. That's just the worst timing. And now look at us. We're
quarantine with our animal friends.
Exactly. It's like we're gonna just stay home and play Animal Crossing.
There was a Nintendo Direct this week. Some of the big announcements in it. 2K Games is having a bunch of their games.
Excuse me?
2K?
Oh, that's not what I heard.
What'd you do here?
I heard too gay.
No.
That can't be too gay.
2K Games has a bunch of games coming to Switch, including BioShock. The collection is coming to Switch. Borderlands Legendary Collection is coming to Switch. Okay. And XCOM 2 collection is coming to the Switch. I knew you would perk up to that one.
I didn't play Borderlands, but I have played. I don't really see a reason to rebuy BioShock. I played through it. I played through the remastered not long ago. But
and
XCOM's had a lot of replayability.
Out today. Well, yesterday at the time of this recording.
Yeah.
It came out. Yeah, I was like, oh, so I said coming out, but it's actually already out by the time you listen to this. Yeah. So it came out yesterday, May 29th. Ring Fit got a free update.
Really?
As a rhythm game mode to it.
Oh. Okay.
So you can you can play other Nintendo music like from Mario Odyssey and Zelda and all that stuff. And there's a rhythm thing to it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I need to check it out then. I haven't Ring Fit this week. I'm
thinking about getting it.
I did it a bit. Like last week, I was on my lunch break. I would try to do some, but this week I just did not get around to it.
I'd like to try yours
I've been
or
doing
buy.
A lot of VR stuff, so I've been standing doing that.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same.
Well, then I'll just steal yours and play yours.
Maybe.
Yeah. And
I might allow it. Animal
Crossing first event is coming up. Is the Bunny Day celebration is April 1st through 15th.
Okay.
So look out for that. The quasi Easter one. They also have a new puzzle game that just released called Good Job, and it's just isometric top-down puzzle game that Nintendo put out.
Okay.
Good Job. So check that out.
Check that out.
Smash is getting a new characters. It's someone from the ARMS game, which is
I won't know who they are.
I've seen them, marketing stuff. It's a stretchy arm fighting game they had that didn't do super well, I don't think. Not over here, anyways. But they haven't said which character it's going to be. They just showed all the characters, so it's kind of vague. Also, the news I was excited about. Yeah. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is being ported to the Switch.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the pod racing game.
Yeah.
And it's a great game.
It was a good game. I played through it again a little bit not long ago. I jumped on it on the 360 just to try it out again.
It's great, and they're coming to Switch, so we'll be able to play it more easily.
You're going to be pod racing?
I probably might. I think I might get it. I don't know. I don't have a date when it's coming out yet, but hopefully
it really comes down to the price.
Yeah, hopefully it'll come out soon. Fallout 76 Wastelanders update got delayed. It's coming out April 14th now, due to work from home policy because of the coronavirus. Okay. We haven't been playing it.
I want to. I want to get back to it at some point. I thought about it.
I think that's the one that adds the NPCs.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I was kind of waiting for that, and then also just with stuff like Alyx, that's all I want to play.
Yeah. Speaking of Alyx, the developer or Valve was talking about the no crowbar thing.
Yeah.
There's an article really good.
It's a really good read. It's on Kotaku, I believe.
Yeah. They
Go
talk
read
about.
it. It's fascinating.
It talked about they spent a year and a half trying to work the crowbar into the game,
Yeah.
and it just didn't work.
Yeah,
and they have very
yeah.
good reason. For
Yeah,
not doing it.
it's too much to get into right now, but I thought it's a fascinating read. Ham
Yeah.
sent it to me, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, this is a good read." So go find it and read about it.
There's
It's
also
really
another
cool.
article talking about the Half-Life 3 that never was.
I did
and
not see that.
It never. The reason the multiple times they tried to make a Half-Life 3 game and they just couldn't come up with a good line start. In fact, they even talked about that Mark Laidlaw. He put out the fanfic.
Yeah.
That is essentially finishing the story.
Yeah.
They said that was never an official. There was
Oh.
no. They never had a this is where the game's going document that
Yeah.
never existed.
Yeah.
So this was probably just something off the top of his head that he was
Like
potentially could have written.
something he was pitching or coming up
or
with.
it just never
got
got that far.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all the people think, oh, what it could have been, man, probably not.
I don't know.
Also, I thought there was a guy who played the entire Half-Life game pretty well straight through in a couple days.
Yeah.
And the weird side effects of playing VR for that long.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hallucination.
Yeah.
No, not great.
The VR stuff, you play it for a long time, it'll mess with you.
Yeah.
It's messed with me a little bit before.
Mhm.
I've been like 3 hours in, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to
It
take
makes
a
you
break.
question reality. And we
You
don't want
come
that.
out of it and you're going, am I still in it? Because I
Yeah.
start wondering. You start picking up things and going, I mean, they do this in VR, and how do I know this isn't VR?
Netflix, from the success of The Witcher, they took a video game based off a book series and made it into a show.
Yeah.
They're doing a new content from a video game from the 80s.
Okay.
But it's going to be a movie.
Oh, yeah, I saw
It's going to be Dragon Lair.
Yeah, I never played that game.
I'm familiar with it, but I've never played it.
Yeah.
And
I've
there've
seen
been
this stuff before.
there've been stuff parroting it that
Yeah.
I've seen. And it's basically just a quick action select direction
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really well made.
Yeah.
Like the animations are great. I watched a little video of it prepping for this, and I was like, this looks great. And
Yeah.
it was made in the 80s.
Yeah. They did amazing
But
things
yeah,
in the
they're
80s.
apparently-
We were made in the 80s.
That's true. That's true. There was a
A lot of
collaboration.
great things come out of the 80s.
And we were here.
There was a collaboration.
And we were the byproduct of said collaboration. A guy, an engineer, hooked a taser up to the Smash, and if you're playing Pichu, so Pichu has a thing where if he does certain specials, he damages himself in the process. So he rigged it up so every time you use one of these specials that does self-damage, it would tase you.
Why? Why? No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, it did it.
I'm sure there's a video.
Oh yeah, there's a video. Go check it out. It starts with him testing it and go, fuck. And then he got mad for a split second and then starts laughing. But he plays it. I was like, I
imagine you just don't do those things. You just train yourself not to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the coronavirus stuff's going on. So there's some interesting side effects.
Yeah.
Particularly in the e-gaming world.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
So NASCAR,
yeah,
it's a racing thing.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, they go in circles.
Yeah.
For a long time,
and
really people who watch them take a nap and then they wake up and see who won.
At least that's what our father.
That's
does.
my experience with it. But anyway, so because of all the stuff, the events are not happening. So the drivers are racing each other in a video game version of NASCAR.
Yeah.
And so NASCAR, iRacing is what they're calling it. And the real drivers and former drivers are racing in these races, and they're broadcasting them on Fox.
Yeah.
So they did it over the weekend.
Yeah.
They had 1 million people watching. So they're making a whole season of it. So we have a whole new esport thing built around real NASCAR drivers
because they
racing virtually.
Yeah.
Because people will watch it. And I think that's fantastic. And the nice thing is, no one's gonna die.
No.
And they're gonna become great crashes.
Yeah.
And no one's
You
going to
can
get
have
hurt.
crazy crashes, but
Yeah.
no one getting hurt.
Exactly.
That's the joys of video games.
Yeah. One side effect, though, is bandwidth is becoming an issue with so many people working from home and using streaming and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So Sony has even started slowing down the download speed. The download.
It's my personal download.
Slowing the download speeds to help alleviate some of the bandwidth issues. And supposedly they're trying to get Netflix to knock down the resolution on their streaming service too. So we'll see if that happens.
We'll see. It's been we live in interesting times.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the long-term effect. Obviously the humanity, but I'm talking about like
how we do things.
How people do things now, because I can see a lot of business going, "Hey, this work from home thing worked fine for us."
Yeah.
I can see that becoming a bigger thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We shall see. It's going to be interesting. So just stay home if you can. Be safe.
And, wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Do all the things that the
you
doctors
should do.
and that people are telling you to do. And
don't.
I know it sucks being in and not being able to hang out with friends and do
not
stuff.
that bad.
But just stick it out. Catch up on all your shows and your books and your podcasts. We got 215 hours of this shit.
Plus.
Yeah, plus, because we
got a few bonus episodes in there.
But we're going to keep trying to do this. We may, depending on how things go, we may have to cut out video. We may just be audio only. But you'll see next
couple
week.
Weeks. We'll see.
So
we'll see how it goes.
We're talking about trying to do some streaming at some point if we can find the time and make it work, get it set up and working, just to do something to kind of interact with y'all. But yeah, in the meantime, please go to our website and like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Stay out of trouble. Thank you very much. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb. Is that going to be your new slogan? Stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble.